per game. Bartholomew using the Bittle screen. Gives it up to Bradley. He pulls from the elbow.
That was almost offensive goaltending there on Vasar.
If you had 3 minutes on the card for when Michigan State's fans would rise for the first time in the game, you win. They are on their feet. And Bittle breaks through. Way up in the air.
That's a heck of a floater over the outstretched arm of Nate Bittle. Hey, Holloman coming in, provides some dynamic play on the offensive end.
And Bittle answers. Just checked in. Richardson bouncing his way into the lane, and Bittle the board.
Nate Bittle's defensive effort that time was stellar.
He and Bob are both first-team all-defense. Now Bittle's going to try and stretch it out.
We've had stars that we were anticipating having big games. Jace Richardson, 2 points only. Jackson Shelstad, only 2 points as well.
How you address the issue on the glass in Michigan State's offensive rebounding. He said, Rick, we knew they were going to do that. We addressed it. It's a matter of not playing hard enough, not being physical enough. He said, we have no chance to win this game if we don't get that cleaned up in the second half.
But Oregon hasn't really taken advantage.
Good point. It's a small margin of error when you're playing a team as good as the Spartans.
Bittle, well defended. Cooper had a good first half. And Bittle is the first man in center.
They need him, Stephen, and they trust him, and they also trust his teammates. Keyshawn Bartholomew also was politicking Dana Altman to keep Shelstad in the game, and look at that.
Young fella went up, got it with 2 hands.
Bartholomew, high float. Tap in Bittle. And he's got 19. He started 1 of 5 shooting in this game, but he's got 15 now. Michigan State keeping Oregon at arm's length. Bittle's been the difference for Oregon on offense, and he's trying this time in his career. Ballo continues a very strong first half. 8 and 8 for Ballo. He is dominating that matchup now. Here's Bittle, and he breaks through.
Well, there's your floater again, guy. Just didn't drop.
And here comes Bartholomew now. It's a little different when it's not Ballo rolling with it. Bittle.
Defensively, they're fine. They're going to be good. It's about their defense and being consistently good defensively. Early in the year they were, then the start of Big Ten play they kind of weren't. Now they're back to being that really good defensive team. That's why they're so hot.
Washington to keep pace with the Ducks today. They've got to hit their threes. 0 for 1 already as Makai Mason missed his first shot. There's Bittle, and he knocks down the jumper. Over to Diallo for 2.
Well, that's why shooting has been so important for Washington, because Osibor creates a double team every time he gets it. So if you spray it out to shooters, they just haven't been consistent enough from behind the three-point line to make teams pay for doubling great Osibor.
Bittle inside. He had Kepnock just all. Diallo pulls up short. Battle for the rebound. Angel wins it.
Interesting thing in talking to coaches all year is Bittle's running the floor.
2 more for Bittle.
The first thing
Run by Makai Mason.
you got to close on Mason, so that's the counter. You close out hard, put it down, rip it down, and get to the rim. Interesting stat on Shelstad. Has made the most shots from behind 25-plus feet. Why? Because he has to, because of the size. When you think about Steph Curry, why does he have such great range? He had to, playing against bigger players. You got to create more space. As Bittle at USC, you're still being evaluated, by your coaches now, by other coaches, by NBA people if you're a senior. And so, but also playing for the back of the jersey and finishing this thing out the right way.
So So the first block of the night from Bittle, conference's best. Bittle underneath for 2 more and a chance for
8 seed, not the 4 seed, the 8 seed in the Big Ten tournament. And they could win it. They could win the whole thing.
Bittle wide open for the dunk.
Right in the front of the rim. Even though everybody matches up out of that zone, he stays. And they got Bittle to lift up, kept on right to the front of the rim, easy dunk. Good execution by Washington.
Kepnon with 6 now, almost another turnover. Bittle underneath, Bittle and 1.
Sabor's got those.
It's not just the bigs where it matters.
Yeah.
A 2-point game. See the 3 steals. There's Bittle. Bittle creating space.
I like the no call.
Sabor had it poked away.
Bamba with the reach around that time. Pokes it away.
Bittle matches his career high.
Got rewarded that time.
See the day so far for Bittle. A lot to add to that career high.
Well, one thing we haven't talked about, Jeff, and we see it for years, is when seniors get to the end.
And there's that. Diallo on the take. Diallo, no good. No whistle either.
What I'm saying, Bittle, clinic in how to guard the rim. Didn't try and block it, just went vertical and made him miss.
Mismatch with Breidenbach on Shellstad. See how they switch. Bartholomew to Bittle. Bittle. 28 for Bittle, adding to that career.
He needed to be there sooner and send that shot back as a secondary defender.
To shoot. Shellstad nearly had it ripped away. Gets it to Bittle. Bittle's 3. Got another one. What a shot. Bittle on the give and go. Bittle inside. No good. Tempo is in.
Wow. Double team follow if they don't have to, but they are going to dig, which means just kind of a quick help and then recover. Nicely done there by Bamba.
A soft touch, and Nate Bittle agree that the pressure mounted on Indiana externally, but there was some feeling this year like, what's going on with the Ducks? And they found it. Here's Bittle. He's a big reason why. He has 2 games.
Yeah, Indiana started this game 1 for 7 from 3 before that one from Carlisle. And remember, the first one that went in was a banked-in three-pointer by Luke Goody,
who's sitting right now with his 2 fouls. Bittle had 6 in the early going, but hasn't scored in a while. Carlisle all over Bartholomew. Bittle wants it.
Nice rotation there from Renew.
Bittle crowded and scores. He's got 8.
So ball.
Well, it's the time of year where things escalate.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that, Guy. Like, everybody knows what's on the line. We just set it up. USC wants to play in the Big Ten tournament. This is a gigantic game for them based on the fact that Minnesota just beat Nebraska's Nate Bittle.
Front of the gates.
So good at that. Missed an easy one early, but that time he's been living in the lane since Big Ten conference play started, finishing plays just like that.
Bittle will try a 3 and hits this.
So once he gets in there now, he kind of has to pass it, or Bittle's going to come get it.
Bittle goes up. What a pass from Bob.
It's been a really good year of high-level freshmen in this league.
Under 3.5 to go here in the first. Bittle, what a tough catch.
One-hand catch.
On day 1 Wednesday, AG first bucket of the second half, 17 points for him.
Which means you'd have to, if you play day 1, you got to win 5 games to win that Big Ten tournament.
We got to look at the list of teams that have won 5 games in a row all year in the Bittle.
He's starting in the day that he has had here and feeling better about going into Wednesday. If you get even close to the production you've gotten from him tonight on Wednesday, you got a good chance of beating Washington.
Bittle? Why not?
Their size on the interior. That's a 6'11" sophomore playing against a 6'8" Brandon Angel. Mismatch all day long.
This Oregon team, they've been out in the Midwest for a few days. Got a 2-point win Wednesday in Iowa. Came up here on Thursday to Madison. Bittle, this is their go-to guy, and he knocks it down.
Ball movement, body movement has led to some really nice step-in threes, and he doesn't want those quick jacks. He wants them to get it off ball and body movement.
Well, and he wants that.
Yes, as they get the reference. Transition defense of Wisconsin on its heels to get some early looks.
There's Bittle on the offensive glass.
That's the difference. Really good read by Max Plessman. He drills that three. Good offense there from the Badgers.
Into Bittle, and he puts it home. He's got 9 to name Bittle.
Teams in the Big Ten, only 4 of them fit 2. Only 1 fits 3 of the 4, and that's Maryland. Their 20 defensive efficiency shoot 38% from 3, and Derek Queen, their super freshman, is projected to be a first-round pick, if not a lottery pick. And
18 points for John Townsend.
Well, he is quick to that rim.
6-year senior, been a long college career for Tom James. Bittle can do that, flexing his muscles. Alabama beat Texas A&M. They feel like if they can just get back on the right track, they can make a run.
There's no question about it. And I would not want to see Illinois, a healthy Illinois team, as an 8 seed either.
No way. Bittle, we talked about them going in the paint more.
Ball movement, body movement, and get some easier looks at the basket.
Well, when Oregon went through that 5-game skid, people were questioning their toughness. They can't question it today.
Pick and roll situation. Your 2 best players. I feel like they missed some opportunities here in the last couple minutes this game, because you know it's going to Bittle.
It is going to Bittle. Bittle going to the basket.
Bittle. He's got to look to drive it every time he catches the ball.
Good recovery by Seydou Traore to get the block, but inside Bittle there to clean it up. Good at the line is Traore. And a 4-3 Oregon start to this one. Bobby Evans, the 6'9 sophomore off the bench. He's averaged a little over 6 points per game over the last 3 games. Bittle inside, roll into the rim for 2.
The belly just keeps flare screens, and you get Raheem Moss having to help on Sanford. He's helping off of Josh Dix, and no one coming for Dix. He makes him pay.
Nobody. Here's Bamba on the drive inside. Bittle with the tip. Good body control. He would walk from Chicago to Iowa City to make sure he was there for Oklahoma State and Iowa.
Even with it being like -5 outside?
He didn't care. That's how important that duel is. Bittle to the rim for 2 more. He's got 10.
Number of teams ahead of them in the Big Ten tournament.
The funny thing was, we were talking to a couple of the Oregon players here while they were warming up and stretching near the table, and they had their eyes on that Nebraska game. They understand the seeding and the implications of who's around them.
Yeah, Raheem Moss leaned over the table and said, "What's the score? What's the score?" You told him what the score was as Nate Bittle flushes it home.
Seconds, and Oregon has barely got this thing to the 3-point line.
Just nothing doing, and Shellstad's going to have to try to make something happen now with 5 on the shot clock.
Dribble, gotta go.
Barthélemy, can he bail him out? Bittle will try, fades away and splashes the 3.
Some contested looks.
How many shots has he changed tonight? I'm sure you can count them on one hand.
He's been awesome in that regard. Look at where the ball is again. Finally, you get something in there.
And then Bittle facing hits the 2.
And it's not for that.
Yeah, Steve Pikiell has resurrected this Rutgers program on defense. Yet this team, it's young, it's inconsistent, it's not tied together on that end of the floor. They rank 101st in Ken Palm's defensive efficiency rankings. And last year, Rutgers was top 6 in the country.
Nate Bittle.
1 for his last 15 from the 3-point arc. That is not his strength right now. Still developing his game, but a fantastic physical driver. Nice pass.
And Bittle pays it off. Bailey all alone, and he can't hit the 3.
Bittle, he'll take a few, and that goes down. Points and 6 assists for Oregon. Barthélemy lets fly. Bittle the board.
His legs are so long, he just like steps around people.
Bittle from Evan. If they were one of the favorites not long ago, Angel, no. Bittle the board. You know what I mean? Like, we've been talking about Oregon all year.
But credit to him, and he actually played really well the other night. For not being in the lineup, he stepped in there and he took care of the basketball for them. Really did a great job. And Northwestern with a quick basket after the timeout. Northwestern's freshmen had to play early because Barnheiser was out. They went to Dayton, who's got a really good program early, and they played well. And then slowly but surely, you start losing your confidence. And you get into the league, and the scouting reports start building up, and your mind gets bogged down. But now they have no choice. They just got to play.
That was pure by in this time zone. They've got the 7 quadrant 1 wins. Now they just need wins.
Yeah, they need wins and to feel good about themselves. I think that's more than anything.
2 for Northwestern and 4 for Oregon. And what you just saw was the first that missed tonight. Nate Bittle with 8 first half points. Barthélemy with 8 to go along with the 13 from Shellstad.
Ducks running their continuity, ball screen offense, getting it side to side, trying to take a little time off the clock.
Bittle in rhythm. Nicholson. Martinelli, the leading scorer of the Big Ten. Nearly 20 points a game. Bittle downhill, hits the brakes, and Nate Bittle.
Meet him underneath and walk him off of that. That was a mistake defensively by Michigan State.
So a good start for Oregon. And then the turnover by the Spartans. Here's a wide open look for Bittle. And look at that. The 2 top scorers. Yeah, we talked about it in the open, but that's their leading scorer on the season, over 13.5 points a game.
Nice play.
Up top, and there's Bittle. To a groove here at East Lansing.
Ball screen to a back screen. That was beautiful offense.
No whistle. Play on, and here comes Barthélemy. Folks, this is a hungry Oregon Ducks team. First 4-game losing skid in 11 years. And they're trying to stop it today.
He can make that.
He can, he will, and Oregon.
Before that three-point look, he really hadn't been involved offensively, but now he's starting to pick it up.
Michigan turnover. Can Oregon cash in? Bamba needs some help, and Shellstad there to provide it.
And I feel for Justin Pittman as a freshman. He got raked across the arm, and there's no call. And that's what happens when you're a freshman in this league. You've got to earn the respect of the officials.
Bittle, big bucket for Oregon.
That was losing weight when he had his flu out, right?
Yeah, last week he said he lost 10 pounds, and I asked him earlier today, you know, how much is back? He goes, I don't know, maybe a pound or 2. And then he said, it's the one bad thing about living in the North. He said, when you lived in Florida, you just went outside. You didn't get these germs all the time. I'm like, oh, I think Florida gets the flu, but I wasn't going to argue with a 7-1 guy.
No, I think you did right, but you didn't give Vlad's accent like you shared with me earlier today.
I did not. No. I was working on my Drago earlier today. Bittle for 3 and another big bucket.
Green Cook, TJ Bamba, somebody on the backside to keep Wolf off the offensive glass. They don't do it, and Michigan converts.
Bittle again. They lay off him, and he'll hit it again. His 7th and 8th points, and a 6-0 burst dating back to the end of the first half for Michigan.
I'm not quite sure what that defense was called by Oregon. I'm not sure they did either, because that was porous to start the second half.
Bamba sizing up Wolf. Finds Bittle on the baseline for 2. And a good response.
Shellstad cannot give that ball up.
But Bittle, yes.
Nice move. Suddenly caught fire. Minnesota, Nebraska playing much better. Northwestern gets a game-winning bucket after losing Brooks Barnheiser, so the league is a gauntlet.
Here's Shellstad, drops it off to Bittle for an open 3, and here come the Ducks.
Bryce Williams has been terrific all year. The idea behind inserting Barthélemy into the starting lineup is to try and take the ball out of the hands of Shellstad a little bit, free him up for a little more catch-and-shoot game. because they need his production if they're going to win. Did not score in that UCLA game. And so let's see if it works in putting Bartholomew into the starting lineup and what it does for Shellstad and others.
A stunning loss. Not that it happened, but how dominant UCLA was.
Exactly.
Here's Nate Bittle in the paint for the dunk.
Well, one area to a better offensive start in this half so that they can set that press up. That's what allowed them to really get back in this game, because they made a couple buckets and then were able to get back in. And here we go.
Tracy up.
You mentioned the defense. That checkup by Andrews was special. Angel and Bittle very good at high-low action.
Here is Bittle taking a jump shot and canning it for two.
Cut, a good read by Daly from the foul line to the box. And they've kept Shellstad from penetrating. That is key. Keep him in front of you.
Bittle for two.
Your business. Here's the guy that's got to get it going. Shellstad, Tracy as well. Three-guard look right now.
A time Mara in the game. Bilodeau played the first 7 minutes or so. Mara now in as Kobe Johnson has the defense. Here's Bittle over Mara for three.
Any confidence.
UCLA trying to get win number 7 in the league and help itself with a possible double bye. And we had the view right down the barrel of that pass, and it was a good one from Clark.
Didn't recover quick enough.
Bittle, two more.
It showed in the...
Tracy walks into a three. And it went down. Breitenbach able to stay up and remain in the game. Bittle as deep as he can get, and he scores. Didn't need the dribble. Shellstad is able to track it down. And Bittle cleans it up. Smart play.
Feeling like he needed to put one up.
You get there as a player.
Oh, yeah.
This man will let it go. Along with that, Angel the rebound. You start to get a little nervous when you haven't got a three-pointer up. You've been out there 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, Reynolds at home. Nate Bittle.
Ready to shoot. We got to make some shots.
All right, so 7 turnovers for both teams in that first half, and just 10 of 32 from the floor for the Boilermakers. Bittle, though, with 5 blocks.
And Terry, the timing of when he gives the pass. A lot of times, Trey Carmelo, all you have to do is turn and shoot. That's a skill.
Good pass from Bartholomew in the finish.
On the road.
Well represented here in the Pacific Northwest. Washington a few nights ago, and now here in Eugene. Bittle with 3.
You hit your free throws, you make good decisions, and give yourself a chance to pull off a road victory.
Bittle quickly gets it to go. Another 3 for the big man.
Distributing. CJ Bamba playing off 2 feet. Bittle with a tap back. Your zone offense. You want to run your man-to-man offense, and that's what Mike Rhodes told us. Said the more we stand, the more they can get matched up and load up. Got to keep on moving. I like the shots early against it from the Nittany Lions. Oregon trying to get it going on offense. First couple trips, nothing wet. Bittle and Shellstad got him going. This is the action I like. We'll pick and pop. And it is those two combining, and Bittle stroking it going against this matchup zone. Finally got an opportunity for Kern to drive it and finish it. Oregon's been living with a double-digit lead here for the last several minutes, back to 9. With Bittle working on Conan Niederhauser. Ooh, a little Dirk off one. Tracy off a shot fake. Blow by for Bittle, who lofts it up on the second try. Trying to trap the ball handler, but Shellstad catches it on a run. Doesn't even give a defense a chance. After the free throw catharsis for Freddie Dillion. So right at where we were at halftime. 7-point game with Oregon in front and building it with Bittle.
That young man had a really good game against Washington. I was impressed with his play. 6'4", 195 pounds. He's well built. Missed a lot of games last season. I don't think he played at all. transfer from Virginia Tech.
Go right to Nate to hit a three to open up.
Well, we know Maryland likes to shoot the three ball. Dana Alton knows it as well. He pointed out, we were at practice yesterday, Terry. So the three guys have shot 73s apiece. Oregon has to find them on defense.
Bittle, first two times they go to him. Down on the reach, and Queen to the free throw line. Yeah, you talked to Kevin Willard. He said the biggest thing that he's so impressed with is his feel for the game. Just that the natural feel and basketball IQ.
Yeah, he told us on the Zoom call yesterday he's one of the smartest players that he ever.
Queen trying to do a little too much. Miguel.
Yeah, I agree with you. Derek Queen dribbling a little bit too much through traffic right there. Got lucky.
Bittle will take the three. Hadn't been quite as effective throughout the season. Got one here, though.
Well, I told him off the bench. Oh, that's a bad. Looked like it slipped out of Gillespie's hand.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
just lost control. Started to make that pass. Bartholomew on the run. Out to Bittle. He can make that. He does again.
On both sides of James Tracy's hip.
Miguel matched up with Shellstad now. Tracy. Young trying to stop him. The double, the swing. Quickly underneath from Bittle. Got the pass.
It back to Yakachonis. Came into the game for Ivicic. As Humrickhouse misses and Bittle reaches up high. 7th in the Big Ten in rebounding, averaging over 8 per game. Bittle unattended and strokes the three. Of 6 from 3. Bartholomew, quick trigger. And a rebound for Tracy. Bittle. So Yakachonis has to sit down with 2 fouls now.
I mean, the way he's played, it could be a good thing for Illinois. He hasn't really done anything so far.
You got to think he just takes so much attention from the defense.
That's a good point. Well, I'm not trying to say that they're better without Yakachonis. I'm just saying in this game, certainly they've been okay.
Bittle beats the shot clock.
With his three-point shot, but he's better at this right here, getting to the rim. And of course, he doesn't finish it as I say it, but he's been much better getting inside the lane with powerful shot attempts.
Hard drive by Bamba to create the basket. Bamba like a runaway train, and now Bittle's into double.
Now back into the corner. Fading away. Burris can't get that wild shot to go. Pulled in again by Bittle. Oregon will slow things down as they go the other way. 17.5 to go in the first half. Bittle was open, thought about the three instead, steps up inside. Spinning right, going off the glass, good, and it's 5. Ducks shooting 50% from the field. Shellstad driving inside to the baseline, now circling around. Bringing it back up straight away. Angel, nice feed inside for Bittle. Bittle goes up through contact and is able to just roll it. And that's no easy feat. He goes 3 of 3 here. So he's got now 6 points, and it's a 69-45 game. Under 7 to go, a lob down to Bittle. Under the basket, 2-hand slam.
Washington State, you mentioned Brandon Angel. So a lot of familiarity. So I don't think either team is going to trick the other with anything that they do.
It's the first game of a doubleheader. Cal and San Diego State meet in the nightcap. And it's cool in the air because we are on top of the ice here, the home of the San Jose Sharks of the NHL. This is TJ Bamba getting in the air.
You're always cool, Haberman. What do you mean, man?
Bittle guarded by Aiden Kamen, and he gets the first basket of the night.
Up yet? I'm sure we'll see that at some point. We saw him straight line drive earlier, so really tough to guard. And who do you put on him based on all that?
Bittle wins that tonight.
Trying to get Bittle up top.
Up they go, and Bittle converts.
In the interior.
Shellstad. Bittle cleans it up, and he's got 9 points.
Stephen F. Austin wants to play. They want to muck the game up, press you a little bit, create an uglier style of play. Oregon yet to attempt a field goal until this. Bittle knocks it in from distance.
Yeah, he's one of the new bigs to step out on the perimeter and knock down a three-point shot. What a great contest right there. You could just see his length and his wingspan right there on that shot attempt by Stephen F. Austin. Just couldn't see the rim at all. He contested Andrews' shot like that against UCLA, but it still went in off the backboard.
Yeah, Coach Allman said he had no problem with the defense on that possession. Now he steps out, nails the first.
I have some success in the postseason and in Big Ten play.
Today, from a scoring perspective for Oregon, it's been the bigs, Angel, Bittle, Cook, who has matched the season high with 11, all in double figures. Shellstad is still scoreless, 0 for 4 from the field, just 1 assist.
His role is changing a little bit, bringing in Brandon Angel, bringing in TJ Bamba. They're bringing in some really, really talented guys. They don't need him to score as much. Nice pass.
Bittle, another throwdown for the Ducks.
Yeah, that was a beautiful.
In the league.
Bittle walled up by Villanova, but he follows.
They're going to Bittle early. He's gotten a lot of FGAs here quick.
Not afraid. Dylan Andrews, no. And that's rebounded by 2 Ducks.
No, Oregon wants to play fast. UCLA's transition defense and walling up when they get back into the half court is going to be critical. Shellstad, one of the fastest guys in the Big Ten.
He's coming off a career-high 24 in the Big Ten opener, the win at USC earlier in the week. Angel creates for Bittle. Point in there, too. Barthélemy.
Yes.
Bittle with the dunk.
Bittle, he's going to be a very good player at UCLA, but this is the process. The point guard's the hardest position on the floor. We all know that. Decision-making is paramount, and you got to go through this. This is their first true road game like we talked about, and so can you settle yourself in and make good decisions and make the right play?
Bittle over Mara. Bottoms up. Andrews cut off by Bittle, and he steals the ball.
And Mara had good position on Evans down there, too. Probably would have scored.
Bittle free. Why not? And he hits another.
UCLA is in trouble if Oregon gets of the year.
Oregon off to its best start in 11 years. UCLA led for the vast majority of the first half, but Oregon took the lead late in the first.
Look, you're happy. I've seen teams come in here and get blown out. They're only down 1. Good pass by Bamba to Bittle. Football and basketball especially.
Bittle trying to get in on Bilodeau, and he does.
Billy this thing.
Under a minute. He's left free. Bittle, no. Second chance, yes.
35% from 3. I have a feeling that number is going to continue to go up as this season goes along.
Nearly 90% from the free throw line. Abo and Claude have all of USC's 12 points so far. Back in after a quick hook is Bittle. He faces up and hits the jumper. That's 3 moments ago. Forcing the issue, a blind turnaround. And Bittle, that's what he does.
Led Rutgers in points and rebounds a year ago. Oh, the follow jam by
moves with Alabama. It doesn't stick. So hard to defend. Multiple guys can make big-time shots.
Tracy looking inside for Bittle. They are going right to work. Here's Bittle now. 3-pointer flies. He misses. Offensive rebound by Evans. Bittle passed it up that time. And now inside, posting up. And Bittle turns and scores.
Nelson so skilled, drawing 2 defenders. Beautiful pass.
10 assists for Bama. 7-0 run here. And Bittle able to score. That was by Bamba. And now they leave a man open. Diabate. That was part of the game plan today. Know who your shooters are. Inside Bittle. Good look by Bamba. He pushed the here. Bama's on a quick 6-0 run. Barthélemy missed it. Oh! The follow! Nate Bittle!
runs it down to put it down. Entry to Bittle, using the glass and tipping home his own.
And Bittle.
Davis picks up right where he left off.
DJ Davis not rushing it, not being overly aggressive to start. Had himself a game. Starts from 3. Goodness.
Bamba felt like he had a mismatch, and Bittle does the rest.
He provided so much offense and so much playmaking for the Aztecs on the offensive end, and as he goes back to the scores table right now.
What else can you speak into existence for us, Candace? Want to try your hand on a few more?
Well, we are in Vegas, so there's a couple things.
Bittle on a pass from Bamba. Over the top, Bittle. Tough catch. Even better finish.
Honestly, we're still adjusting, but he's liking the basketball that they've been playing through 5 games. He said Supreme Cook, we rely on him a lot. Brandon Angel, who transferred from Stanford, he's been a big piece. And TJ Bamba from Villanova. 3 big pieces coming in. We rely a lot on all of them, but again, it all just takes...
And just like that, 4 pops up off the A&M bench. So they wanted to get Wilcher one more shot after the stoppage. Now they're going back to their closer. Bartholomew off 1 foot. Oh, up to Bittle, who brings...
Reputed to be a very good shooter, and he's struggled so far. He's played well, but...
Well, what Dana has done, because he was a guy, was a complete Midwesterner. He had no West. 18 now for Michael Rataj.
Wow. Little bit of a delay press right here from Oregon State. That's one of those no. Good shot, Michael. There's the zone again. They will say,
how about that? DeMarco Meyer. You talking about his literal.
We need Rataj or LT to make some shots. Not that kind of shot.
Well, all of a sudden the shots are harder, aren't they?
No,
and the ball's not in the paint.
Exactly. The ball's not moving around crisply the way it did in the first half. And that's not because they don't want...
Much to my delight, because I think that is the single worst rule in sport.
Oh, thank you.
Is the 1-and-1. It makes there's no rational explanation for that. Anyway, here we go.
There's the zone again.
Picking up the foul of Angel that time. So it'll be Ducks inbound. Trying to get Bittle involved still. We'll pass this one off to Angel. And Bittle's going to score his first points of the game. It'll remain with Oregon as Bittle tries to get to the basket. Second effort is good. Took 2 tries, but he goes to his left and now his right. We'll kick it to the corner where Evans is going to try a 3. It's no good. Rebound goes to Bittle. Big offensive board for the Ducks, and Bittle on the second effort. Field that's more than Oregon's 46, but they've hit just 16 of them. Not going to win many basketball games, especially on the road against a tough opponent like Oregon, shooting just 30%. Bittle on the second effort, he scores. More points in the 32. Down up to 4 points on the day. Again, it's Bartholomew starting with it for the Ducks. Gets it over to Mookie Cook. Angel directing traffic, tries to set up Bartholomew, who will retreat back behind the arc. Down low, it's Bittle, who makes a nice catch, goes up high and scores with the left hand.
Timeout. Oh, that's tipped up and in. I don't know if he meant to, but McKinnon scores.
Aussie to Aussie.
That was impressive. Barely reached that. Bittle back the other way. Loud 2. And down.
I don't think so. Banks are open, though, in Eugene on a Tuesday night.
Very late.
Yeah.
Thought I had to use my app for that at this hour.
I hear you. Nice
Bartholomew, great look, and Bittle slams it home.
He's for 12 right now. This is their best player, really struggling, and hasn't slowed the Pilots down at all.
Bittle spins, much needed, and 1 Bittle.
Own building yet.
Oregon has been trailing in this game since the first half. Their last lead was at 8-19 in the first.
Given the way that Portland is stretching out the possessions, Oregon's recipe is
to handle the physicality. Going to the Big Ten, he's certainly going to see that, a lot more physicality.
Foul there went on Angel, by the way, the primary defender. Bamba down to the
post. Bittle can shoot it from out there. He's pure. Montana shooting 5 for 21. Oregon isn't really lighting it up offensively, but they've been good enough and they've been great defensively as Nate Bittle.
On most nights, on both sides of the ball.
Shot clock is off. A chance for Oregon to hold for one here in great control.
This is what we're used to seeing, this high ball screen with Shellstead. So good at reading it, making the right play.
There it is. There's the play, and Bittle cashes in. Shellstead probing, takes it. Bittle tips it in.
Well, that was the other
right there, Don.
Why should I pass it when I have a better chance of making it than you do? I don't think you could say that about Shellstead.
Probably not. Probably not. Here's Jackson Shellstead. He's set up there. Bittle knew that was going in.
That pick and pop.
Pridgeon making more plays.
Bittle didn't see him. Backside defender.
Thrown away though. Back and forth right now with the turnovers. Bittle throws it down with two.
Nice delivery by.
Be the inbound. Near side, right in front of us, just to our right. Brings it up court. Raheem Moss. And back to Shellstead at the top. Guarded by Nate Pickens. Shellstead with his move. Pass inside behind the Bittle. And a two-hand slam. The right elbow is good. And a nice jumper from Moses mid-range.
Yeah, that was pretty. Those are the shots that UCR is going to need to make if they want to stay in this ball game and ultimately have a chance at winning.
Here's Tracy. Pass inside to Bittle. Bittle trying to go to work again. Off the right hand and over arbitrating once more. From the field a season ago for Stanford. Inbound pass here from Bamba. Gets it to the top, Nate Bittle. Bartholomew over to Moss. Moss trying to step in and hands it off. Bittle again, another slam.
But I think right now for both teams, they're trying to cut the lead, either extend or cut it by 5. As the lead is 10 right now.
Nate Bittle. Down 15 at halftime. A backwards pass from Shellstead. It finds Tracy. Here's Keyshawn Bartholomew. At the free throw stripe. Now pass inside to Bittle. Bittle trying to go to work on Schultz. Left hand and in for Nate Bittle. Angel inside. Raheem Moss. Again rejected away by Armor Trading, but Moss gets it back. Guarded by Moses. Moss. Pass inside. Bittle finishes.
They just get to your team like a plague. If one guy's struggling from the line, it feels like almost all your guys are, and that's kind of how it's been tonight for the Highlanders. Just at 50%, and that's not great.
12-point lead for the Ducks. Here's Bittle driving inside, over Armor Trading and in.